and why am I here, whatever. And like I connect with the scene in that where he's gone, thinking he is contributing nothing to this group and questioning why he belongs, while they're sitting around able to see all the things that he contributes that he's not able to see, and they're sitting around chatting about that. That's the thing that I like connect to and think about, of like, why am I in this room? I don't know, and maybe I don't have to know why I belong in this room. Maybe I can just like be part of this team and contribute wherever I contribute and not get so in my head about like, oh, but they're way better than me at this stuff. It's like, well, I'm here, I'm doing my thing, let's just keep my head down, do my thing. It's a thing that I connect to and think about with that character.
Well, I don't have a great relationship with my mom for obvious reasons, but I mean, I that's what Azul and I connect on that level. My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt. But yeah, my mom and I have a big fight every 3 years, and then don't talk for another 2 years, and then have a little reunion and get in a big fight and don't talk for 3. I mean, really, we've had like maybe a 5-year relationship my whole life, like, between fights. But because of the same meds and all that stuff, but I have to try to like have forgiveness for her. But and also when you were saying like being part of the group and like being good enough, every time I do one of these panels, I was out there and I told him this is gonna be terrible. I'm terrible at these and this is gonna be bad. So anyway, but we'll go out and do it. And then every time I'm like, oh, okay. It's not a great philosophy for life. For everything you go into, go, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna be terrible. Anyway, but then it went okay.
It turns out great.
I hope. People are probably like,
Is it turning out
she's
great?
right. It's not even whether you meant it or not, it still meant something to us.
Yeah, I really didn't, I was 12 when I was recording Tops, 12 and 13 years old. So I was right in the pocket for that age range. And when you're that age, you're kind of just doing. You're absorbing and you're doing. There's not a lot of reflection or some, but it's different when then you're 27 and during a pandemic and college is, if any of you have gone through college or are in college, it's a mess. And so that's when all the questions come in. And she's helped me kind of come back because she and I do have a lot of similarities. I do think that it's really funny, even though voice acting is not live action, I do think there's a lot of similarities in who you get cast for. There are parts of you that exist in them and you, and it goes back and forth. So, hey, it's okay. Listen, I've played some villains, it happens. Like,
take my parking space, I'll go crazy on your ass.
Yeah, I've gotten some, let me say.
I actually did get a bobby pin out of my hair.
Cut me up. LA is a mean place, let me tell you.
Honestly, I was waiting for this. I followed the person to the parking space. I followed them to it, and I'm waiting. And this big black truck with this big jerk in it, was facing me, and I was like, oh, wait. And I had my blinker on. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, and I'm like, I'm here. And he was like, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So then I was like,
you're living out the dream that all of us wish we had the guts to do.
I think that's insane. I'm not like, I think you're a lot like your family. Yeah, I know, but I couldn't believe he was looking me in the face and he was just gonna do, and I was like, and he was like,
Oh my God.
and I was like, oh, so the person pulls out so that I can't go, they're like,
they went the wrong way.
And like pulled into it before they could even go, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. My friend was with me, I was like, I can't believe it. I was like, and she was like, are you okay? I think we should just go. And I was like, no, we're not going. We're not going. And then he goes into the Baja Fresh. I'm like, I'm going in there. Don't talk to him. So I pulled over. I pulled over like in the red zone. And I was like, I went in there and he was with this woman. And I was like, excuse me. Honey, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you looked a person, a human being, in the face and then just took my spot that I've been waiting for. And then he was like, you know what? I don't really care what you think. And I was like, calm came over me and I was like, oh, this person only speaks. And so I'm gonna speak that to him right now. And I love vintage and I was going swing dancing, so I had this crazy 60s thing on, a lot of bobby pins. And my friend was like, what happened? Is everything okay? And I was like, it's okay, but it's just, and I'm peeling the plastic off. And he's just, he said, I don't care what you have to think. And he just, so anyway, it's all in his hands. It's all in his hands. Every panel was an extra long car, extra cab and everything. Oh, every single panel. It wasn't gonna be a fit. Anyway, then I came out of I was like, like, oh my god, I got my girlfriend. I kind of thought that it was like I didn't want to tell you because I was so embarrassed. I couldn't believe I did that. I was like out of body experience. And so then I would be at parties and go like, one time a guy was a jerk, and what I really wanted to do was I wanted to like, and then it would depend on it. But people were like, oh great, you're better than that. You know, and I was like, yeah, that would be bad. Test it out. So people was like, you should have like, I did.
Like 23 too, so don't think that I'm just like a 48-year-old woman just going. So to my point. No, I think that there is inspiration to be taken from all of our characters, but she helped kind of reground me when I was a little, I don't know, chaotic and questioning like my space in a room and like if anybody was going to be interested in me as a performer, as a person, as a human ever again, and I'm just like, does it matter? Am I good with me? Yeah, I felt with me. So I'm good. So she helped a lot actually, go back to that, because she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna take over the city and just be police chief. You know what? I'm gonna go to the mountains now. Like, that's just the way to live life. So she's helped me get a lot more grounded in the last couple of years during all the insanity for sure. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Super quick, we've got 7 minutes left in this room, so obviously we're not going to be able to get to this full line. We all have
Speed round.
solo panels as well again.
Yes.
I have one more, I think.
I'm signing autographs from 1 to 3.
Great.
Yeah.
So we'll be at tables, come chat with us there, and then Michaela and I both have solo panels at some point. I have one tomorrow. So come
Tomorrow,
chat with us.
12:45 for me, and I will be at my table basically anytime that I'm not in a room talking to you. So if you want to swing by, I'll be hanging out at my table probably till closing-ish, just because where else am I gonna go? I have plans for later, but I'm like, I'll hang out here with you guys. So yeah, and we'll be at our tables, and I think he has a panel tomorrow.
I have a panel tomorrow too. Come ask me riddles. That's what my panel yesterday turned into. It was very fun.
If we speed round, we can
We can speed round, but also no pressure to speed round.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I'm really freaking out, but okay.
you're doing great.
It's me, Dash Mask.
Yeah.
I'm also dressed as Lewis Robinson, because that's what everyone tells me I look like.
Yes,
We're in that movie.
I was.
You think I'm crazy too, don't you?
Real crazy frog lady, I love her.
I couldn't decide which question to ask. I have one very specific question just for Jack, but I also have one like really like broad, like kind of sucky question for all of you. But I think
Give it to Jack, go.
Jack. Okay.
Over.
No hard. Okay. Well, no hard feelings.
No.
All right. I love you guys so much, though. Okay, I'm sorry. When I was younger, I came up with a theory about the swamp. You know the episode, The Swamp.
Yeah.
So in that episode, they're obviously in the swamp at the end when they're all eating with the swamp members. And they're eating possum chicken. And then Sokka says, it tastes just like Arctic hen. Now, weren't the swamp vendors like descendants of like water tribe people? So is it
Oh,
possible?
they came with Arctic hen on the boats, and the
Yeah,
Arctic hen
and then
adapted.
possum chicken is like, descended from.
Yeah.
That checks.
We don't know how hybrid animals happen, but if an Arctic hen had a lovely night with the possum.
Yeah, nature.
I like that idea. I think that's a really cool theory. Yeah, how did the swamp vendors get there? Is like a very cool question.
That checks out.
So it's possible?
Works for me. I didn't write it.
I'm totally
Hey, this question is all 3 of you. You can be as detailed or quick as you want.
Okay.
If Toph, Sokka, and Azula were in a 3-way free-for-all battle, who would win? And here's the parameters. It's in the cavern of Ba Sing Se, the Crystal Cavern. It's during Sozin's Comet, and Sokka gets an hour of prep time.
I was literally just about to ask. Can I get there earlier than I stopped the train? I don't think an hour is enough. I don't think an hour is enough. An hour is enough for him to like draw a masterful blueprint of some incredible contraption to invent like a double repeating trebuchet that'll. But I don't think that the time to construct it. So I'm gonna say Sokka a distant third.
It depends on if Azula's unhinged yet or not.
She's unhinged, yeah.
Because when she's unhinged, it's not as focused. There are gaps. So if she's unhinged, then I think I have something. The only issue is Zuko did burn my feet, so there's danger there. There's some things I can't control. I can tell where they're moving, but the direction of the flame, that is something that I can't necessarily. So I think it would be tricky. I don't know the deciding. Because if you're unhinged, then there's room. But if you weren't unhinged and you were actually like a stable person, which you're not, then I'd be toast. Because she would.
We're all very intimidated by you.
You miscalculated. You should have feared me more. Yeah, so that's the thing. Since she's unhinged, I might have a shot. But if my feet get burned, that gets messy. I'm delusional. I'll never accept defeat, so I would say I would.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I just wanted to ask, what are your thoughts on Azula having a redemption arc like Zuko? Like, do you think it's better for her story to end at season 3? Because I know the comics kind of continue that story, but I wasn't sure if Azula should have a redemption arc or not in the comics.
I go back and forth because I don't know, it's kind of fun to hate her, but then also I feel bad for her, so it depends on what mood I'm in. If we had like, health care for everyone, she would have a redemption arc.
At the end of the series, like Aang gets his half-charged stake back by his like back being crushed against the rock. I thought that scene was kind of interesting because in the earlier scenes he goes through like this huge spiritual journey to like unlock his chakras, but then that scene where like his back just gets like crushed against the rock, I thought that was a little forced. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
A little, but it's almost like one of those things where, like, when you're standing at if you're cliff jumping, which I'm sure many of you have done. Sometimes you just need to do it. You just have to jump. You have to slam into the water. You just have to decide to do it. So he had to do all that work for that to work, right? Just like you don't magically just arrive one day being like, yay, I'm a new person. Like, it takes lots of little steps along the way, and then there's kind of one final thing where you're kind of like, release, yay, I've been working and building all of these little pieces to then finally have them kind of show up the way that you want them to. So I feel like, yeah, it's a little bit forced. However, I think all that stuff was necessary for that final, like, almost like a button for it to finally, like, realign.
It also sort of vibes with his, like, channeling your opponent's energy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the aggression of somebody else.
Yeah, kind of like.
I don't know, I haven't rewatched the finale for a while. But yeah, I'm gonna probably say this is probably the last question because we just got 0 minutes left.
And then don't run away because I want to take a selfie/picture with all of us in it, okay? You got it.
Okay.
Bend those knees.
I wanted to know, because Azula had that one scene with her mom, like in the mirror, when she was like flipping out and all that stuff. Well, I wanted to know, what was each of your guys' most emotional scenes, and how did you get into character for it? Like, you had to get into like that zen to really convey the feeling of it, pretty much.
I think mine happened early. I'm sorry, Abba. I couldn't do both. I lost our transportation. I mean, like, you saw me come in, you're like, this chick with her funny jokes. Look, there it is. And then I can't actually do it all like I think I can. So that was probably, it was just pretty early on in my arc, but that was probably the hardest moment. Because I would say that's probably her biggest fail. Like, we lose Appa. But like, I think I made the right choice. Who to save? Just the thought. So yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking. And when I read that, I was like, he's gone? Like somebody stole him? So yeah, I just had to have a little moment to myself and be like, I'm really just upset, as if I like lost a loved one. That's basically where I went. So yeah.
Thanks.
I
cried during the battle when I was really losing my mind. You know, I was like sobbing in the booth, and I was all by myself. There was no one else there. And I remember telling Andrea Romano, the director, like, I need to take a minute because I'm really like I was unintelligible. Like I couldn't, you know, like you couldn't understand what I was saying because I was like, you know, sobbing. But yes, I don't know if I did any like preparation for it. I just sort of let the words take me there, right? Because the writing is so good. Sometimes you have to help yourself because the writing's in, and you have to like do your moment for it all that. But Mike and Brian are so great that you know they lead you down the perfect performance path. So.
Yeah, very similar thing with, I'd say like losing UA was sort of like the first very emotional thing there. And it was a similar thing where just like the word, especially because it's still, like we were recording that so on top of recording all of this lovely stuff with UA where I'm in that like early flirting phase and you're falling in love and whatever. So it was this very like, we're playing this very fresh emotional thing. So to turn that and take that away, it was easy to just take it off the page because it was so well written.
Nice. All right, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you guys Come say hi to our tables. We're all on Instagram. If you want to follow us and all of our crazy wild, come say hi. And before you leave, let's take a photo. Yeehaw.